This is the staff of the CGCC in November of 2019, collecting toys to make sure every child in New York could have a memorable and special Christmas. This work is a perfect illustration of how the CGCC Foundation is making a difference. Created in 2014, its three-pronged mission includes giving back to communities, creating opportunities, and also connecting cultures.
Our foundation has a clear mission to deepen mutual understanding and cooperation between the U.S. and China. Our annual business survey report shows donations to public charities and engagement in economic, cultural, and social exchanges have increased significantly in recent years.
2020 marks the 7th consecutive year that the China General Chamber of Commerce USA has conducted its annual business survey on Chinese enterprises in the United States. The survey provides a broad understanding of Chinese investments in the U.S. and the vital role they play in the overall bilateral business relationship. The survey is based on data collected from around 200 Chinese enterprises. The respondents' operations spanned a broad range of 10 sectors based on the Global Industry Classification Standard. The respondents' headquarters are located in 19 states, with subsidiary offices and facilities across the country. Chinese companies hold substantial interest towards investing in the U.S. economy, but there are disruptions as a result of the U.S.-China trade conflicts and the pandemic. So, for many surveyed, 2019 marked a 5-year downturn for companies' growth and profitability. 33% of the respondents claimed a decrease in revenue last year. As this graphic illustrates, Chinese companies' investments in the U.S. tumbled significantly this year. You can see the percentage drop is almost double from the previous 2 years. Companies impacted by ongoing uncertainties are delaying making new investments in the U.S. There's no question the complexity of U.S.-China relations is the top systemic challenge when it comes to conducting business in the U.S. Cultural differences between the U.S. and China also emerged as one of the top challenges this year. In the current bilateral climate, Chinese companies are actively seeking strategies to ease or mitigate cultural conflicts experienced here in the U.S. Sadly, most companies are not expecting these difficulties to fade away anytime soon. Despite these challenges, 80% of respondents report satisfaction with the overall business environment in the U.S. They appreciate the nation's innovation capacity, legal environment, and financing efficiency. Over 2/3 are optimistic about the U.S. business and investment environment throughout the next 2 years. As of March of 2020, CGCC member companies invested more than $123 billion in the U.S. economy, directly employing more than 220,000 people and indirectly supporting more than 1 million jobs in the U.S. labor market. Since its founding in 2005, the CGCC has strived to create opportunities to grow Chinese investments and to facilitate trusted Chinese brands in the U.S. amid uncertainties from ongoing disputes over trade policies, COVID-19, and the upcoming U.S. presidential cycle. CGCC stands ready to support both the business community and the governments of both countries as they embark on the next phase of their significant relationship. CGCC member companies believe in community service and are dedicated to giving back to the community.
Whether you work with the food bank, whether you go to the local school, there's many things you can do. You can do today, you can do right away. But if we're start to do that, we're a part of the local community. We may have different color, we may came from different country, but it doesn't matter. We're here, we're part of the community.
This year, with the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Chamber and the CGCC Foundation stepped up. It's supporting local communities and frontline workers by donating more than 3.8 million articles of personal protective equipment to hospitals and government agencies across the United States.
We take great pride in giving back to our local communities throughout the United States. We are committed to creating opportunities to learn from one another and support each other during the best and the most challenging of times.
In addition, the CGCC Foundation supports local communities as well as amazing groups and organizations that share the same mission and values. Chamber members aren't just serving their communities by creating jobs. Through the Foundation, they are also actively engaging in community services and volunteer activities. The foundation is responsible for a deepening commitment in the communities where members operate. Through the foundation, member companies are strengthening cooperation and finding new opportunities every day. The CGCC Foundation is committed to bringing together people from both countries to create opportunities for building professional networks. In this effort, the foundation is creating a series of new initiatives, including the Executive Fellowship Program, the Business Etiquette Program, and the Minority and Small Business Development Program. That creates an environment for greater interaction and cooperation between Chinese and American business leaders. Through these programs, greater opportunities for Chinese and American entrepreneurs are created, and it's inspiring them to build impactful businesses in their communities. The foundation decided to celebrate its lasting impact throughout the country by launching its annual photo contest. The images illustrate how the foundation's engagement in connecting cultures is making a lasting impact. The contest encouraged submission of photos highlighting the collaboration and friendship between Chinese businesses in the U.S. and their local American partners and communities. And these images tell the story of how the foundation is touching lives and strengthening ties through connecting cultures. CGCC sponsored a trip to China for 20 talented musicians from Hamilton High School. That's a high school where 70% of the students are on free or reduced lunch.
CGCC and the members are so generous to be able to help them really expand their horizon. Yes, it's life-changing.
Through its mission, the foundation is touching hearts and changing lives. As a famed photographer once said, images open doors into the past, but they also allow us to look into the future.
CGCC Foundation has been proven to be an irreplaceable force for good. This is the reason why CGCC members continue to support the foundation year after year.